Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Today we're going to look at Galgatron's graphs once again for Ripple utility use, and this is actual real data, not like speculated hype about Ripple and what it's actually doing. This is real data about account activations. Account activations is kind of in a linear model in 6 month span. This is the line of the total account activations, so obviously it's always going up. But you can actually look at the volume of account activations here on daily count, and it's actually tapered off since about July in terms of account activations. So we are looking at the larger payment sizes, and we're going to look at like the payment sizes and how many payments are in each thing. So you can see 28-day moving average, number of successful large XRP payments. The brown line is less than 50K USD. The brown line is greater than 50K USD. The medium payments is between 500 and less than 5,000 USD, and the small medium payments are between 5,000 and 50,000 USD. You can see recently there's been a small increase, very little increase in the payments between 5,000 and 50,000. The brown line of larger than 50,000 has stayed basically stable. And there's actually been a decrease between 500 and 5,000 USD recently for the moving average. It actually lumped back in July, but that just means there were some whales transacting in July. And actually, since XRP has actually started processing, the moving average of payments has actually rounded downward. If you look at the moving average of these type of payments, you can see a big surge in the number of micro payments less than $1. I'm guessing that's probably some game testing XRP, because you can spike these up fairly fast, and 20,000 payments under $1, that could be like $1,000 or $2,000 worth of testing. The remittance payments between 10 and 500 USD has actually gone downward a little bit. And the rest of the payments really haven't moved. The orange small payments between $1 and $10 has come up a little bit since actually the end of September. But there's not been that much excitement on these type of payments. The only thing that's increasing is micro payments, and actually that's actually been increasing steadily since June. So there might actually be some implementation of micropayments within some smaller apps or smaller games. And we've actually heard of some news regarding that as well. It's not like a huge amount of money because, like less than $1 could mean 10 cents or 50 cents or something. So that's like tens of thousands of dollars in a moving average. So that's not much. Like it's either tens of dollars or it's either thousands of dollars or tens of thousands. So it's not very much, but it is an encouraging sign for the micropayments between less than $1 USD. So micropayments are actually ramping up, just not to the amount that I would like, but they are actually ramping up. Sum of payments, logarithmic, there has been very little movement. It's actually been pretty stable ever since April. So what this actually says is like the amount of payments actually hasn't gone up all that much. Even since MoneyGram's come online, there was actually a pretty big hump if you look at this graph back in July, but it seems like that whale has stopped making payments so much. However, if you actually look at the possible XRapid volume between Bitso and Bitstamp, you actually do see decent increases. And I think eventually they will actually start reflecting on these graphs. Right now, they still haven't reflected on these graphs yet. And Galgatron makes a pretty good observation that we still need a lot more traffic. We still need a whole lot more traffic before we actually can get utility-driven price. We're far away, but micropayments actually have micropayments are actually starting to crawl up again in the next few months, and hopefully that actually signalizes that that's actually starting to take hold. You can see these gigantic spikes. Unfortunately, they come right back down, but hopefully this is a more sustained type of gain for micropayments as a couple more apps and games actually gain traction in the marketplace that use XRPL. So that is the report for today on the graphs. If you look at the Bitso XRapid graph, you can see clear improvement, but looking at the more long-term graphs in terms of like remittance payments, they haven't really gone up significantly in the last couple of months. But MoneyGram obviously is a good trigger for that, and hopefully in the months to come, we'll see big improvements on these graphs on the moving averages. So that's the report for today. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button, and join me on my 2 daily streams.